I will also say this in the story. When I tell you I know that what I'm doing is God, like this is the part of the story that's wild, and I'm only sharing this here. So, because I didn't know where that money was going to come from, guys. And mom's tap in. Isn't it when you're on the phone or you're doing content, they're like louder? Is it just me? Anyway, so this is the part of like being a wellness entrepreneur. Like, I be stressed. I'm about to teach yoga for the 4th annual maternal health summit. I hope I'm saying all that right, but again, I'm giving Lesline more work. I'll insert the flyer here. I have collaborated with the Florida Department of Health. It's a really exciting partnership that's been almost like a year in the making. So anyways, it's stress though, because the hotel that the summit is at is like on the other side of town for me. And then like when you go to things, like I would always advise like doing a dry run, if you will, like coming to the place maybe the night before, a couple days before, so you're not as stressed. Yes, I said stressed and not stressed. It's that it's like a layer of being more stressed. So let's go in. I am early. I think. This is something else where it's like I can't wait to like have an assistant which would be nice. So I'm looking at the schedule. It is right now 12:44. I go on to teach at 1:30. And I always make screenshots of things, because when you go to like hotels and like certain locations, the signal can be wonky, right? So I'm just making sure that, oh, that looks nice. Okay, so I think everything's good. All right, y'all. So let's go in.
And dispelling myths and things of that nature around breastfeeding, because breast is best. However, we know that some parents, some moms may not be able to breastfeed for whatever reason, so we don't ever want to stigmatize parents who are not able to breastfeed or who do not choose to breastfeed. But once you deliver your child and you want to breastfeed, that should happen right away after delivery in the hospital. That is a good opportunity for you to try and get help. I have so many families that wanted to breastfeed, but by the time I see them at between day 3 to 5 of life, because once you deliver, your baby should see their pediatrician at day 3 to 5 of life, okay? When they're 3 to 5 days old, sometime in between there. But by the time I have that first visit, a lot of parents are telling me, no one asked me, I didn't even put her on, but I was interested. Or I told them and I tried, but it just didn't work out. And the nurse may have tried to assist me, it just didn't work out. But in the hospital, there are lactation specialists. So make sure you ask, you demand to see someone from lactation. If the initial latch isn't good, if the nurses try to help and it doesn't work out, make sure you ask for a lactation consult in the hospital.
This is really zoomed in. Registration. This is about. Look who it is. Hey. Life, there's background noise because I am a mother, right? But I just wanted, and I'm doing laundry. I wanted to share, because I was sharing this with my friend actually, about how yoga, I wanted to like stop it all together. And it's funny how it could be the algorithm, but my woo-woo self, it's like, or not even woo, but myself, I believe in God. So I'm like, I think this is God, right? What I'm getting at is, in the summer, my yoga business, if you don't know already, I have my own business, Lesline Does Wellness, where I show new moms how to put themselves first through the use of yoga. It was really slow this summer. And this is year 3 for me. Mom's tap in. Isn't it when you're on the phone or you're doing content, they're like louder? Is it just me? Anyway, all right, and we're back. So it's just been like slow and, you know, it's a lot because I've hired coaches and things like that. So it's, and I don't know, no shade to coaches or anything like that. I feel like I'm at, and maybe, I do need to invest again in a coach, but I just can't right now. Or I don't see the availability of how I can do that at this time. So with that being said, yes, Lennox.
Can you watch me draw a star?
Oh, yes, show me.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, on Threads today, she was like, I talking about how she just submitted an invoice for $10,000, and she was like, just saying how she was just so happy that she didn't quit on herself, and like that. And we're gonna do laundry. I already said that, right? That just like really struck a chord for me because I haven't given up, but then there's days, and y'all could probably relate to this. There's days where you're just like, what am I doing? Like, does this really make sense? It doesn't look like what other people are doing. And so I've been getting discouraged. So today I just finished teaching a yoga class at for the Florida Department of Health, and this has actually been a year almost in the making. So because it's YouTube and it's my channel, long story long, get ready, get your snacks. How did this happen? Because I know people people are genuinely be like, man, Lesline, you're just doing it and all this. And it's like, yeah, well, it's like a lot of work. What am I trying to say? So let me just talk about how this opportunity happened. So this opportunity happened because, and I need to double check myself because I need to ask the girl, but somebody that she doesn't work at Florida Department of Health anymore. She actually has a new job, but me and her, we'll call her Jane. So Jane used to work at the Florida Department of Health, right? And I don't know if she saw what I was doing on LinkedIn, or it was like, somebody in Orlando was like, oh, Lesline does yoga. I don't know. But we'll actually rewind a little bit. So this story, are we going to get to it, Lesline? So when I first started Lesline Does Wellness 3 years ago now, right? I had a mentor. Shout out to Angie Franklin. And I believe she's currently doing a cohort, or she just finished one, but she has a cohort where she helps you become a yoga entrepreneur. Like, she gives you the foundation. And part of being enrolled in her cohort was that she had a directory. I don't know if she still has this directory, but it was a directory of, once you graduated from her program, she'd put you in this directory on her website, which is genius, where because she already has been, in the internet for a minute, right? So like the SEO and stuff on her website is like way better than mine is. You get what I'm saying? Like when I started 3 years ago. So I didn't think anything of it. I was like, okay, let me put my information. And at this time, I only had my personal email. Like, I didn't have like a website, a domain. But I was like, let me just put my information. I don't know. Like, I'm a good student, so I just do what my teacher says, right? So I put my information in her directory, and then I don't know, like maybe within the year of finishing Angie's program, I gotta look back at the messages. This lady, we'll call her D, Miss D, she reached out to me on my personal email and was like, I found you in a directory, and I'm looking for you to do yoga here with the Florida Department of Health. She's like, she's like, I want to host a prenatal yoga class, and I would love to have a Black yoga teacher, a Black woman yoga teacher. And I was like, oh my God, like, yes. Like, and it was so full circle because, like, you all know, I am a registered nurse. And so it's like, I was like, wow, if this isn't like alignment, then I don't know what is. So that was like almost 2 years ago. Okay. So that was almost 2 years ago that I did my first thing with the Florida Department of Health. Miss D is so sweet. Like, she's a very sweet lady. And lo and behold, and this is why you have to be kind to everybody you meet. Like, not because like, you need to be kind just to be kind. Let me say that too. But so that happened, right? I did the event. Obviously, I posted about it. I have to go back in my Instagram to see like where that post is. But I was so excited, right? And then fast forward, and this is important that I'm sharing this because it helps me like really sit in gratitude of how far I've come in such a short amount of time. So then when did I see Miss D again? Because I'm trying to think when I saw her again. It had been a minute, but I had made sure to keep her email, right? And I don't know if she's on my email list. But anyways, I had made sure to keep her email, and then I made the cards earlier this year, right? So I launched the cards earlier this year. I've had the idea since last year. But long story long, my God, are we going to get to the point, right, Lesline? So then once I launched these cards, I made sure, and this is like for anybody, like I was so excited, and I forget who told me, but they're like, let everybody know, like tell everybody, like everybody that's in your, what is it called? Is it Rolodex, y'all? I don't know. But the old school thing, like everybody that's in your phone book, like tell them that you launched this product, right? So Miss D was one of the people that I was like, okay, I have to tell Miss D that I launched this product because it's the synergy of her working with the Department of Health. Like, I want her to know because, I don't know who she knows, like, maybe her boss or whatever, like, and we can maybe do something. But I didn't know what that something would be, right? So I let Miss D know, and she's like, oh my God, this is amazing. Like, she's such a supportive lady, right? So fast forward again. So that was like earlier this year. Then like maybe within the month of me launching, let me not even lie, maybe within a few weeks of me launching, Jane, remember Jane? Okay, Jane reaches out to me, and I believe she emails me, and she was like, blah, 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 like Florida Department of Health and our Impact program. And I have a video here of what the Impact program is within Central Florida. I don't want to butcher anything, but pretty much the Florida Department of Health, Healthy Start of Orange County, let me clarify, Florida Department of Health, Orange County, Healthy Start of Orange County, have created this program called the Impact Program, which pretty much is just to improve the maternal health outcomes within the Central Florida community, which, if you don't know already, Black women are 3 times more likely to die in childbirth. And there's a lot of socioeconomic reasons why that happens, right? So the Impact Program was created, and long story long, my God, today, they have events, right? So one of the events that they had, which was today, was their 4th annual Maternal Health Summit. So it's a full day event, free, where moms, parents can come and learn, about choking, sleeping, shaking baby syndrome, CPR, like breastfeeding, yoga. Like, they can learn all of these things, and it's free. So Jane told me, like, yeah, we're having this event, and I'd love for you to be the yoga teacher, and we would like to purchase, cha-ching, I should put ching there. We would like to purchase, because they had a grant, we would like to purchase 90 of your cards. When you talk about, like, being ready, okay, and this was, have to stay ready. And I forget who it is, but multiple people have said this. But the person I remember saying this most recently is Glow Antonimo. You have to, like, be a visionary when it comes to being an entrepreneur. Like, I believe that wholeheartedly, and you have to, like, really believe in yourself. I don't even want to say to the point of delusion, but, like, you have to have a lot of faith in God, and you have to just, like, be obedient. So, like, I had the cards, right? But I'm like, 90 cards, okay, like 90 card decks. And then she was like, yeah, and we want them in 3 different languages, which is something I don't really talk about a lot. And I need to, like, mention this. So they're like, yeah, we want them in Haitian Creole, Spanish, and English. What? So then your girl had to just figure it out, right? I had to figure it out. But thankfully they helped me like translate my cards. But so they gave each mom is getting my cards. Like they have them in their swag bags, y'all. And it wasn't even like I sponsored it. Like they paid me. And so they paid me for the 90 cards. And I'll also say this in the story. When I tell you I know that what I'm doing is God, like this is the part of the story that's wild, and I'm only sharing this here. So if you're still listening, I did not have the money to buy 90 card decks. I didn't have it, okay? And that's why I said in the beginning of this, again, I don't know how I'm editing this, but that's why I said, like, when I was like, oh, maybe I need another business coach, and I was like, but I don't have it. And I was like, I need to not say that I don't have it. It's that I don't see. And see, not even physically, it's not physically see, but like, you know, spiritually, like I don't see like where that money is at this time, right? Because money can come through many different sources, right? Many different sources, people, like just, okay. So tell me how, y'all. And this is why I don't sleep on social media. Everybody else can say they're done with it. That's fine. More room for me. Let me not say it like that. But I post, right, that I launched the cards. So all this kind of happened like really fast, like within a 2-week period, I will say. So this is at the top of the year. Jane is like, we want you to teach yoga. We want 90 of your card decks. I'm like, yes. Like, I'm going to say yes. And I'm building the plane as I fly, right? Then I also, and I'm sharing on social media that I launched the cards. Somebody else that I'm connected with now was like, I love this. They're like, I love this product. I want to invest in what you're doing. And I'm like, what? Invest? Okay, because invest means money, right? And she's like, yes. And so long story long, she paid for the 90 cards. Like she paid for them. And man. So anyways, I get emotional and I really need to thank her, even though it was like, anyways, but because I didn't know where that money was going to come from, guys. And I already agreed. When I tell you I already agreed, I already said, yes, I will get this done. And God saw the way. He saw the way. He saw the way. And just being there today, teaching these moms, guiding these moms, and yeah, they're all moms. They were moms. And there was this one person in particular. She was with her daughter, and she got really emotional after the class. And I'm gonna toot my own horn. I'm really good at what I do. Because almost every time I teach a class, somebody cries and they're like, I didn't know I was going to come to this and be emotional, right? And so this lady was like, oh my God, like that was incredible. And I'll insert her testimonial here. All right, and go. So can you tell everybody what's your name?
Beatrice.
Miss Beatrice. Yeah. So was this your first class?
This is my first class really getting into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what made you come to the class? Because there was other classes that you could have taken.
Because this was only given one time, and I wanted to make sure that I participate in this here, and I'm so glad I did because it released
Good.
so much. I'm so grateful to you.
Thank you, Miss Beatrice.
And what God have instilled in you and helping other people.
You're welcome. Thank you. Well, I'm gonna cry now, so we're gonna end it. All right, tell them what is your name?
Adea.
And how far along are you?
I'm 37 weeks pregnant today.
Is how second?
First.
Oh, what are you having?
A girl.
Do you know the name?
Her name is going to be Noelani.
Noelani. So saying Noah probably was like,
yep,
what?
It's my middle name, so.
Oh. And what made you want to choose this class? And because there's other classes.
Because this was going to be the only one offered, so I decided to do it first. And because I've been trying to get into yoga more, so I was like, "Ooh, let me do this," because I was going to do breastfeeding.
Yeah.
But I was like, the lady said they only offer yoga one time, so I can do everything else, but let's do yoga first.
Yeah. And how do you feel now that you did it?
I feel more relaxed.
Good.
I feel not as tired as I was, but
Oh, that's good. So you feel
yeah.
a little more energy.
Yes.
That's amazing. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
And I was just like, I was like, yeah, you're welcome. And she was like, wow, I'm so glad I came and blah, blah, blah. But I say all this to say, this is a long clip, but I really hope this inspires you. It is really hard, I will say, to do laundry and to talk to you guys. I really hope this inspires you. And I know, man, but I know this is hitting who needs to hit. I really hope this inspires you to not quit, because you just have to stay obedient. Like, if you're on your path, like, because when I tell you, I've heard stories before where people are like, yeah, the money just appeared. Literally, people ain't making that stuff up. Like, when I tell you, that girl that I've been connected with and the person that invests, oh my God, when I tell you, listen to God, listen to the Holy Spirit, listen to that intuitive nudge, listen to your gut, because the person that invested in me, I had connected with her first maybe 2021, not knowing why, but again, I just be doing what God says and just like, okay, even if I feel silly and I don't understand. And I remember I reached out to her. We had coffee or something, and then we've been connected on social media since. And then to know that she's like, yeah, I'm starting to like, because she has her own business, and she's like, I'm starting to like want to invest in other businesses, and she's like, your business aligns with like, my, like, what she stands for, blah blah blah. When I tell you, and the check came, cleared, ma'am, 90 card decks ordered in 3 different languages, delivered to them. That was at the top of this year. And I wish I could have saw the cards today, but they did tell me like, oh yeah, your card deck is in the bag. So I was like, okay, good. Just want to make sure. But I'm so thankful